Hello, welcome to a quick demonstration on how you can record the headcount or when an employee record is created and or edited and you would like to reflect it in a statistical account. So essentially what will happen is that there can be a requirement wherein when you create an employee, you would like that to be captured through a statistical account. The issue at the moment is that if I go to create an employee, so you will see in here my business unit, or this is actually the department. So if you would like this to be included in the statistical account, it's not possible through the automated creation of the statistical account. So what I mean by that is that if you go to General Ledger, Setup, Configuration in here, and if you scroll further down to automated dimension counts, so this statistical journal entry created through this option doesn't consider the department to be populated in the statistical journal entry. So what you can do is that you may not use this standard option, which is the automated dimension count. So you can just leave this like employee dimension blank there or get rid of that. But what you can do is that you can create, let's say, a smart event that will be deployed to your employee, and on create or an add, then you can just generate basically let me just change this to the edit view. And if you go to select properties in here, and if you go to step number 3, so what you can do is that you can create like or trigger an API wherein if the entity or the employee record is created, then you can just create a statistical journal entry for that. So what will happen is that you can designate the journal, the statistical journal. In my case, this one, and you have and an employee record. You have the start date. You can make use of that as the like batch date. Just in my assumption in here. And what else do we have there? We have the statistical journal account number, which in my case, this one. And you will notice in here that I'm actually mapping the department. So this is the one which is somehow not available yet, again, through the automated dimension count. So in this case, I can map it. So the department on the statistical journal entry will just be coming from the employee department ID, which is this case. I just renamed this to business unit. And location in there, you can just include that on the statistical journal entry as well. So you have here this one. So TR type is, if it's going to be like an increase, it's going to be a positive 1. Then I have the amount in here, which is 1, right? Because there's all like one employee record. And yeah, just the description. So you can create another smart event as well, which is on edit, which means if you make certain, let's have a look at this one here. Maybe just change it to edit mode as well. So it is deployed on the employee record, and it is set on, or the event is set, which is an edit. So I have here the validation is that the employee status. So if the employee status changes to inactive, this one here, right? And the employee end date is also populated. So it depends on the requirement, but for me, it's like if it's the status is inactive and they have here, you have here the end date, then it will trigger the execution of the smart event. Wherein, in this case, what will happen is that this is the exact opposite of the one that we looked earlier. So if this one increases, right, this one decreases. So this is the decrease. TR type is -1 to show decrease, and the decrease by 1 in this case as well. So this is just the opposite. So one once the employer record is created, and the other one is when the employer record is made inactive. All right. And yeah, the critical issue here that we would like to address is to capture the department, right? So just ensure that the department is actually being tagged there. In our case, it's coming from the employee record itself. All right, let's have a look if this is actually working. So I have here the employee information. So let me just create a new one. So it's new in here. Employee ID is auto-generated anyways. So let me just create this um, primary contact. So I will not fill out much of the information in here. Those are only required. So um, I just make it employee test. All right. And I'll just save it. All right. So I have the primary contact in there. Then I have here, this is going to be, let's fill out the business unit in here. So for example, I have admin. All right. And location in this instance just multi entity, and yep, I have to designate the location in there. And status, so I would like it to make it active, right, because it's a new one. So assuming that, yep, I have to fill out the start date as well. So in my case, I'll just make it like, for demo purposes, the 6th of the 6th. All right, I think everything is, yeah, we'll not fill out the other fields in there, just to give you like a basic information on the employee record, and see what will happen to the uh, do I have that open anyways? Yep. So this is the statistical journal entry account, statistical journal rather, that I would like to post, right? Just based on this one here. Okay. Let me just refresh this just to be sure that we don't have transaction yet. So at the moment it's just two, right? So we haven't saved it yet. So let me just save it. So the employee record. All right. So if I go back to this one here, employee test. So let me just edit this one. It's 1071, right? That we just created. So let's refresh the list of the statistical journal. So I have three now. So you will see there, just based on the mapping, head count 1071 created. So let's have a look what happens here. So statistical journal, yep. So that's what we mapped there anyways. MCO in there. Business unit. So what's the business unit? So we have 300. Is that correct? Perfect. So 300, that's what we really want to achieve there. And we've seen anyways that the location is 400 and an increase, right? Because this has just been created. So this is just trying to simulate really what the automated dimension count can do. It just so happened that this one doesn't include the department being filled out in the statistical journal. And yep, so let me just go back to the list again of the statistical journal entries. And let's try to make it inactive this time, right? So if that's the create, and if we make it inactive, so for example, this employee already left, and for some strange reason, it's just left right maybe 20th of June, right? And let's have a look here. And if I click on save, so again, our status is inactive and the end date is 20th. All right, so it's filled out because these information are actually required just based on the criteria. So it depends on how you would like to validate it. But in my case, if the status is inactive and employee end date is not empty, which means then a statistical journal entry should be created for this, like a decrease, right? So let's have a look what will happen. So again, inactive, and 20th of June, and save it. All right, so let's have a look if that's inactive anyways. Yep, so you will see here it's already inactive. Great. So let's refresh this list. So at the moment, same 1071, right? So we have 3 items here. If I refresh my browser, all right, so I have this one here. 1071 has been deactivated, which is perfect. All right. So we can see that the date there is 20th of June, which is based on the end date, based on the assumption that's coming from there. And what other information that we have? So, yep, same statistical account. The business unit will be the same as what we had earlier. So the business unit is 300. So that's what we can see as well, location. And one important stuff here as well is a decrease, right? Because it has been made inactive. And then again, you have the department in here, 300, which is what this solution is all about. All right, so that seems to be working. The use of smart events in order to create statistical journal entries for you as an increase or decrease, including other dimensions. In this case, we are more concerned about the department to be filled out for reporting purposes. Hope this quick demonstration helps. Thank you.